We are back. Jordan and I were in the same state this past weekend, but we decided to not see each other. Welcome to the 1 Hour, 1 Brain Cell podcast. That's right, everybody. Jordan and I were indeed in the same state, within about 2 hours distance of each other this past weekend. And we were so fed up with each other after almost 100 hours at Comic-Con doing this podcast every week that we decided, nope, we're not going to see each other. Nope.
Yeah, I needed a little time away. It was really getting to my head. Honestly, though, like, you might have had more fun than I did. But I do feel like we were in close enough proximity that, like, that was okay. That was okay. I could feel the energy that you were having a good time. You could feel the energy that I was having a good time. That was good enough.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Close enough. I was being convinced this weekend that we should do Halloween Horror Nights. I know that you're a fan.
Halloween Horror Nights. Yeah.
Yes, because Corey and Scotty were at Universal Studios, and they did not go for Halloween Horror Nights specifically, but they went to Universal Studios, and Scotty was trying to convince me to do Halloween Horror Nights, and he told me the prices, and I was like, holy cow.
Like, that is the thing, and that's what's changed in the years since I first went to the second time I went. It became so necessary to have that fast pass, express pass, whatever, in order to even do anything, that it's a lot more expensive than it was the first time that my roommate in college and I went. And we got through a lot the first time we went, but then when we went back, and my parents can attest to this, they were literally with us, we got stuck so hard in some of those lines for like 2.5 hours, to the point where it wasn't worth it anymore. And we just went and rode Jurassic Park and like the Mummy. Yeah. We were like, whatever, Jurassic Park at night. That's fun. But yeah, it's kind of out of hand with how expensive it is. But if you like haunted houses and you enjoy like a large scale production factor on your haunted houses, that's definitely for you.
I think I would get too scared.
I don't know. Like, if I can do it, you can probably do it.
I don't like haunted houses, though. Horror movies, fine. Haunted houses, not so much. I have to get the scaredy cat. The little
it's like the in-person part of a haunted house. Because, like, in a horror movie, you're able to really validate that it's, like, that's on screen. It's not actively happening to me. Yeah. It's when it's actively happening to you that crosses a line.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Like, I saw they were like Art the Clown was very visible at this year.
You don't like clowns?
I don't like Art the Clown scaring me.
You have coulrophobia?
Is that what it's called?
I think that's what it's called. Yeah. I don't have a thing about clowns. Art doesn't scare me. And maybe that's just because I've watched the Terrifier movies and I'm like, these are god awful. But
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. He does not frighten me. The things that frighten me at like horror nights it's mostly the real people, I will say. Like, we did the Us maze. I don't know, you've seen Jordan Peele's Us, yeah? Mm-hmm. We did Us the first year that my roommate and I went, and there was a section where it was just a bunch of like mannequins of the tethered folk in the red jumpsuits, and some of them were real people, and that was horrible. That was so awful. Because the ones that were real people would justifiably come out and scare you. But we also figured out that there's a point at which you become so overstimulated from just being scared all night and being on edge all night that you're over it and you're ready to go home. That things are no longer scary. They're just irritating because it's in your face and there's the lights and the people. You're like, girl, I'm just trying to walk to the exit. I know I have to pass through this like scare zone or whatever it is, but I'm really over it and I just want to go to this parking garage and go to the hotel and go to bed. Like, please leave me alone.
Yeah. You know what we could do? You know what we could do is we could time a world trip, a trip across the world.
Okay.
Get ready for this. I'm dropping this out there. There is a Universal
Hold
Studios in
on. Let me get a
Singapore.
pen. Let me write down an itinerary. The one in Asia?
Yes. Good one. Good one. That's a
Yeah,
great
thank you.
callback for our fans out there. But yes, there is a Universal Studios in Singapore, and they do Halloween Horror Nights as well. So we would be able to time a Halloween Horror Nights in Singapore and the Singapore Grand Prix. That would be sick.
That would be sweet. Yeah. All right. I mean, we couldn't, we could not actually, never mind. I was going to say we could time the, Miami and Orlando are on opposite sides of Florida, but also the Miami Grand Prix happens in like May
It's
every
in
year,
May.
so that's not going to happen.
Do two trips.
Yeah, I mean, hell, we've done that before, so I
Yes.
mean, eventually, like we're gonna end up going to Europe at some point, you
Yeah.
and I, and the real horror of that trip would be you and I trying to navigate somewhere with a different language
Yes.
in a foreign country. Yeah, that would not go so good. I just have a feeling. I just have a feeling.
I think you sent me that Tate McRae is going to Portugal next year.
I don't know. There's rumors coming out that they're trying to get her at this one of several festivals that happen in Portugal.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll see. That's a place that I would be excited to go back to, given the
Yeah.
chance. I really enjoyed it last time, and my Portuguese has gotten not much better since last time, but serviceable.
Serviceable. Hey, serviceable is better than anything I got. So you know what? That's okay with me.
We got time to learn.
Yeah. Okay. I'm looking this up because I'm curious.
Yeah.
Why? Ooh. Okay. Hang on. Why? Ooh. Why are there so many ticket packages?
For what?
There's like 10 different ticket packages for this. That's crazy.
For Horror Nights?
Yeah.
Yeah, because some of them let you go to the theme park during the day, and some of them. So it's like you can do a full day at the theme park plus Horror Nights. You can do like a partial day at the theme park plus Horror Nights. You can do just Horror Nights. Then there's the express things. Then there's it's all there's like
Okay.
a
Yeah. Here we go.
VIP.
This is the one here. This is the Halloween Horror Nights after 2 p.m. day pass.
That's the
And
one you
then-
want. That's the one you want
and-
because then you can go and ride the rides if you want
Yeah.
and see the lands and stuff before they shut everything. Well, they don't shut everything down, but they do shut some things down, or they change it or whatever for Horror Nights. So they make
And
sure all
then-
the little kids are out of the park before they start that.
And then you get the early access you get the day pass to the park. Then you get early access at 5:30 to haunted houses.
That does help. That does help. That extra like half hour to an hour, if you like sprint down to this is getting in the weeds of like the park map, but like if you sprint down to the bottom, at least in Hollywood, down to the bottom section, because that's other than like the backlots and stuff, that's like the farthest you have to go typically,
Yeah.
and you can hit all the stuff that's in that area and then like at least cross a couple of things off. If your goal is to see everything,
Yes.
if your goal is to only see specific houses, then just, do what you want. But
Yeah.
if you're trying to see as much as possible. We've never done the Terror Tram, which is like the backlot like tram tour. We didn't get a chance to do that last time because they either weren't doing it or there was a super long line. So we didn't do that, and we got the two houses in the past that we've had our souls taken away from us on were the Haunting of Hill House. The year that we went with my parents, because that line was massive. We literally saw people pushing like a baby in a stroller into this haunted house. Like it was horrific. And then can you imagine being that baby? Like if you come to consciousness in that moment with this tall, giant, scary thing leaning over you, like in a haunted house, like that's your first memory. That would be horrible. Instant therapy. And then the other one was Ghostbusters, the first year that we went, because that was in like the New York or like Hollywood portion of the backlot, and it's a pretty far walk. And that was also a really long line, and we were just like sitting on the ground on curbs, like trying to find a place to sit down because it was We heard the Ghostbusters theme song approximately 647,000 times while we were waiting in line. It was just all too much.
Let's just one too many. 656 times is okay, but you play the 657th time. It's too much.
I agree with you. I really do agree with you. And yeah, that was something.
But anyway, yeah, so $319 per person for like that's cray, bro.
Yeah. It was not like that first year we went. I think it was maybe 100 and something, 150.
Reasonable. Very reasonable.
Yeah. I mean, it's doable. If you don't get the park pass, it's doable, but you will wait forever because they do let all of the express people in before you constantly all night. It's not like Disney where like they'll do one round of general admit and one round of fast pass, or they'll like mix them in or whatever. It's like if you have the fast pass and you're in line, you get to go ahead regardless.
Mm-hmm.
And it got to the point the year that we went with my parents that it was like, should we just buy the express pass because we're not getting in anything else?
Mm-hmm.
But then we just gave up and went on the Mummy. So great roller coaster, by the way. Goes backward.
I love the Mummy. It's yeah, one of my. It's I remember last time I went there, I rode that like 7 times in a row. No joke.
Yeah, the Mummy is awesome. The Mummy's awesome. Jurassic Park is awesome. I do kind of miss the old Jurassic Park, but the new one is cool too.
Oh, yep, haven't done it. Haven't been there. I haven't been there since like 2018, 2019, 2019, 2018, 2018,
2019. Like it's about time. About time we go back.
But yeah, Corey and Scotty went there for the first time this weekend, and I was told that they had a lot of fun. So I'm glad they.
Yeah,
they
I saw
got a
their
chance to
pictures. You were like getting all kinds of flack for being like Jordan's also in the same state. I'm like, you guys are having way more fun unless you want to come sit out and get sunburnt at the swim meet. Like, just please go to Universal Studios. I would feel better if you went.
Yes. All right. Yeah. So we can recap our weekend. You were in LA for a swim meet. USC's campus. And now as I told you, like I've been to USC's campus a couple times. So I've been to the LA Coliseum multiple times. Like, every time I went there, I was like, I don't know if I like this.
It's so strange. It's just plopped in the middle. And like one of our kids was on the bus we were driving through campus and they were like, this looks like a timeshare. Like, this is not school. This is like you pull up to the guard gate at the resort and they like let you in, kind of deal. It was fine. We got to see next door is the Coliseum, and next door was the BMO Stadium, which is where like LAFC plays.
Mm-hmm.
And where my dad and I were maybe gonna go see 21 Pilots at one of their shows on this tour. We ended up selling those tickets, but it's a decent little stadium in there. Like the sports facilities around are pretty nice, but you just like take a turn out of downtown LA and then all of a sudden you're in campus. You're like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
That's really strange. I mean, I suppose like Tempe is not a whole lot different. Just in terms of like, there's the city and then all of a sudden it stops being the city and it's campus and it just takes over everything. You're like, okay, I suppose. But you certainly, it doesn't give me the vibe that you would want to wander too far out of campus where USC is.
No.
Yeah. There were lots of people down there because it was the Michigan football game. It was packed. It was crowded. It looked like a packed house when we were watching it on TV. Later that night, we were watching the Indiana game at some point. That was also crazy, by the way.
Yeah.
Let me just say. But yeah, busy weekend for sports, but we did well, so I can't complain. I got to see my parents. That was fun.
Mm-hmm.
We hit up a good sushi spot.
Ooh.
Yeah. Because, like, not that I don't trust the sushi spots in Bloomington, because people say that they're really good, but something about fish from a
Midwest
theoretically
sushi.
landlocked place in the in the Midwest, it like gives me the ick.
No. No. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the same thing in Arizona, but we do have some pretty good sushi places here in Phoenix, too, that we'll go to once in a while, so.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was your weekend. My My weekend was spent in Idlewild, California, which is about 2 hours from LA, and
Just
up
far
in the
enough that
mount.
it would have been super inconvenient for me to go, but I did feel a
Yes.
strong sense of FOMO that I wasn't there.
Yeah, yeah. We definitely missed you. We even left a space open at our table for you. You were there in spirit.
God, it's like my ghost attended. Yeah, that's crazy. First of all, I want to say that I hear you're available to book for choreographing birthday parties or weddings, anniversaries, corporate holiday parties. Like, what's the sitch on this business for you? Is it a fair rate? Is it a fair price if I try to hire you?
For what? For what? What?
I need a choreographed performance at my next special event.
Well, no, you don't ask me for that. You don't ask me for that. I can't help you with that because I was I was um I was kicked out of the choreographed dance routine.
I can't believe that. They got you like Glee style. Like you were kicked out.
Yes.
It's crazy. Give me the
Yeah.
breakdown
So
on this because you sent me that text and I like half read it and was half confused and then I read it a second time and I was like three quarters confused. What was the choreography happening here?
so
It wasn't the two hands dance break,
it was not the
unfortunately.
two hands dance break. No. So yeah. Isabel got a a chance to pick a song and a dance to like kind of like open up the dance floor for at the reception.
Solid.
And she chose Golden from the K-pop Demon Hunter soundtrack. And
Makes sense.
originally, this was supposed to involve like the wedding party, so like the the bridesmaids and the groomsmen, and that was the initial plan. And for the most part, it was. And I think it was pretty much all of the groomsmen, it was all of the bridesmaids, and then I kind of walk out like we were doing this. We were learning this choreography after the the rehearsal dinner and so I like okay, and Isabel's like, hey guys, let's come outside with me and learn this dance. And I go outside to start to learn this dance, and Isabel tells me, Richie, you're not included in this. And so
Oh no.
I just go, I clap my hands and I yell, hallelujah, thank goodness. And I just go back to my seat at the table. I'm like, oh, thank you very much.
Yeah.
So yeah, in typical Isabel fashion, I got bossed around and told I wasn't included.
So
Everybody
fair.
else was included except for me, and I was very
Is it
thankful that I.
do you suppose that maybe it was a skill-based rejection and not a it wasn't like a I'm excluding Richie on purpose. It was like I don't know if he possesses the cognitive capacity to mark out a dance like this in 24 hours.
Yes,
Yeah.
100%. Because
Solid.
everybody else was there except for me, the only one
All right.
that I got excluded. I was very grateful I got excluded.
How did it go? How was the final product?
It was great. I thought everybody did a great job. Actually, there were a couple fumbles in there, but you know what? I thought everybody did solid for like only getting 24 hours notice. Everybody crushed it. Yeah.
All right. Well done. Well done, wedding party.
Mhm.
I saw there was a dog. It was a
There
dog
was a
mayor.
dog, Mayor Max.
That's crazy.
Mayor Max the Golden. He was very popular. I did not get a
Love it.
picture with him because I did not want to. I didn't want to cheat on my bestest dog friend Luna, and so I feel like she would have been mad at me if I took a picture with another golden retriever. So everybody else was getting pictures with Mayor Max. But I decided not to. I'm also camera shy, so I don't like taking pictures. So I.
It's hard. Taking pictures with really photogenic dogs is hard because they're always going to make you look bad. I learned this. The Sun Devil hockey dog, Al,
Yeah.
from some
Mm-hmm.
years ago. I took one picture with Al and Al was serving like 10 out of 10 and I was like maybe a 5 in that picture next to Al. I'm like, "Okay, I actually can't do this anymore cuz it makes me feel really bad to be upstaged by a dog."
Right.
That's the truth though.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so I did not get a chance to light up the dance floor to Golden, which I have not seen the movie. I've heard it's great.
Neither have I. People keep trying to get me into it. I don't know if it'll be my speed.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm
I'm
kind
not
of
gonna.
mad about I'm kind of mad about that song, like just in general, because it feels like it has a complete mind of its own. Like there's no business that it's that high on all the charts for so long for being like a fictional K-pop group.
Yeah,
That's the part that just baffles me. I'm like, what? Hey, wait a minute.
it's like don't listen to the song very much because it is a very catchy song and you'll get it stuck in your head very quickly if you haven't
I
already.
don't. Yeah, I don't think I got to worry about that.
Gotta use that brain power to keep learning T for T. Gotta keep that in there.
Oh, I got that down. Don't you worry. That's good. That's aced. That's in the pocket. That's in the repertoire. Yeah.
Couple other quick details. I guess not quick details, but anyway. So, like I said, wedding in Idlewild. It is over a mile high in the mountains, and in order to get there, it's like 35, 40 miles straight of mountain road.
Okay.
And I will tell you, every single one of us that made the drive up there, every single one of us was like, oh, we're scared for our lives going up this darn mountain. I was so stressed out riding up there because it was so twisty and so turny and like some of the corners were blind corners and there are cars coming down the hill like you feel like twice as fast as you're going up and I was like it was so like stress inducing that like I was like gripping the white knuckling my freaking steering wheel, dude. Like I kid you not, I get out of the car and I had like black rubber on my hands. That's
Oof.
how, yeah, it was like, it was so freaking nerve wracking. And like, pull up to our place that we're staying at and I just like sit in my car for a solid like 2 minutes straight, just like, whew, made it.
Don't talk to me. I need to
I was
decompress.
sweating. I was like, oh yeah, it was not a lot of fun. Everybody said the same thing too, which was how stressful the drive up the mountain was. But yeah, that was yeah. But after we did that, we were good to go. It was a good time.
Good.
No Taylor or Tate was played at the reception, which was a bummer. I could have
I
requested
I,
it, I
I
guess.
would have thought that there would have been one Taylor softball lobbed in there, if nothing else, just for is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right. That's all
Hey, the
right. Like
music.
we can't win
The,
all the time.
yeah, the music was still great. We had plenty of the early 2000s like punk and emo stuff, which was great.
Solid. Solid.
Um, so that was fun. We had some Blink, so like those like maybe had
That does feel like their taste. Like that would have
yeah
been
we
what
had
the
like
playlist
the
was.
Killers and such like that, which was awesome. Like those songs are like easy to jump around and like sing along to.
Yep.
Um, and then I left at one point to go back and like put away some of my clothes because as is the case at most weddings, at, at least for groomsmen and such, like you start out with your suit and your tie, and then as the evening goes along and you
That all
drink a little
comes
bit more
off.
and more,
Yeah.
the tie starts to come off, then you start to unbutton your shirt, and then the jacket comes off, and so by the end of the night, like I'm all that's gone, and I'm just wearing my undershirt at that point in time. So I leave to go back, and then I walk back because like we're about to wrap up like the last song, and like one of the last songs was "My Heart Will Go On" from Titanic.
Oh,
And that
that's a
was like
choice after
that
my own
was the
heart
piece
there.
de la resistance. And here's my favorite part: I kind of walk in to open the door, and I almost timed it exactly correct to where I walked in when open the door, and I would be, I was like,
You nailed it. Yeah, good
yeah,
timing.
and it was great. And yeah, so I ended up dancing to that song with Iz and one of the other bridesmaids, Avis, and that was fun. That was a good time. Um, yeah, it was a great time, great wedding. I drank a lot of whiskey sours. Um, Taylor shout out.
Open bar,
Uh,
cash bar.
open bar. Yeah. Open
Nice.
bar.
Nice.
But here's the thing we were talking about it the day after, which is that, and this was genius because all of us like woke up the next morning for the most part, at least for the people that I saw, and everybody was like feeling fairly okay. So none of us were like woken up and like ridiculously hungover or just like feeling like utter crap. Like I think the bartenders were smart in that the drinks weren't super stiff. And so you were able to like you know, at least for like I'll speak for myself at least, but like, you know, you get to like a certain level of like buzzed that is just like, here's the thing that I was worried about too. Mile High, alcohol hits you different there.
That's true. Yep.
So, but anyway, yeah. So you get to like that certain amount of buzz that you're just like, you know, that feeling good level of buzzed, and just keeping that, and but not falling over the bridge from being buzzed into being hammered. And so
Sure.
I was like, you know, right there at that buzz line, and then I was drinking enough water all the day long, so I was pretty hydrated. And I woke up the next day and I was fine. I was just super tired, but so yeah, I had a great time. It was a fun time. So thank you to Kat and Chris for allowing me to being part of the wedding party, and getting to get dressed up for once in my life. I thought I looked pretty damn good in the suit, to be honest.
I was liking the tie clip. I think that was a good touch.
Yes, that was true. Yes, I got a little like um, Formula One IndyCar tie clip from Chris, which was cool. I love that.
Yeah,
Really
that's a
tied the
good
tie
touch.
together. Tied the fit
Tied,
together.
tied the tie. All right. You know what? Hell yeah.
But yeah, I don't think I have anything else to say from the
All right.
wedding, as far as I know. I think that was pretty much it for my stories. I think.
Solid. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Congratulations to them again. They were very good Airbnb hosts to us when we were in
Mm-hmm.
San Diego this past summer. And we are sad that Tucker couldn't be there, but
Yes.
he would have had his hands full with like the crowd, the noises. Like
Yeah.
an easily scared little buddy.
Yeah. Yes. Side note. Scotty did spill the beans to Kat that we were showing up for Comic Con next year, and she looked at me like, and like, why didn't you tell me? I was like,
we we haven't got that far yet. We just bought
told you-
tickets. We almost
told
didn't
you-
get tickets.
would have told you eventually.
Right. It was
It's like a week
eventually
before,
we
like, hey,
probably
we're
would've
coming and
asked.
staying again.
It's like we already know the code to your house. Just like
Yeah.
we're gonna be there. Yeah.
Show up.
That's crazy. That would be crazy work. Yeah. We're still figuring it out, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that'll be fun if that works out again.
Yeah, I think that was. I'm pretty sure. I'm trying to think if there was anything else that I needed to explain. I don't think there was. I think that was pretty much everything. So
Nice. All right.
I was
Yeah,
I
busy
was
weekend.
told that I was extra social for some reason, which I usually
were?
am not. Yeah,
Okay. Good.
don't know why, but yeah, like I had some there, um, some some of the guys from the Hockey Podcast Network that like I'm buddies with online. I had that I was like met for the first time in person. Like I had another friend of mine, online friend, Cat, one of Cat's friends, who I've only met once or twice. So they all came into town for the wedding as well. So I was like, I was chatting with them a lot of the night, and I was like bouncing around, talking to different people. And so Corey even told me, he was like, yeah, you were way more social than we were. I was like, what? I don't know what got into me. I'm usually not that social.
Nice.
I promise. I blame the alcohol, I think.
Yeah, maybe it was just a good group of people.
Because like that's the thing is like I don't have like any pictures on my phone from the wedding, which is I have like two because I was doing this all night, so my phone was
Sure,
in my
you're
pocket.
doing that or you're dancing or whatever. Like the last wedding I went to, I have like one photo. Actually, I have
Yeah.
two photos. They had a donkey there. There was a donkey. And then I have like one picture of my mom and dad and I because we were all there. And
Mm-hmm.
beyond that, zero. Actually, there was one blurry photo of like it was like from the dance floor, but it was so blurry that you couldn't see anything beyond like the string lights, and it was like fully astigmatism. And
Yeah.
I was like, okay, that's not worth doing. So that's how you know you did it right, I think.
Yes. Yes.
Good stuff.
All right, there we go. So that was our weekend this week.
Mm-hmm.
Let's move on to our tracks of the week. You got anything for tracks of the week this week? Let's see. I'll look while you are talking through yours. I'm gonna see if I got anything on my
I do.
side
I have
as well.
tracks of the week. I have
Ooh.
I have two. I have two choices. One is from Khalid. This is his new album, which I think just came out on Friday. What date was that? Yes, October 10th. And the album is called After the Sun Goes Down, and there's some really good tracks on there, but the one I picked out was called Please Don't Call 333. There's some about it. It's a little earworm. It's a good one. And if you like Khalid, you'll like this. And then the other one I picked out was from an artist called Royal Otis, and the song is called "Who's Your Boyfriend." Same thing, just a good little indie pop earworm. It's very much in the same style as like some of the stuff from, I'd say like if you know Aiden Bissett, or if you know, who else? Just like, let's see. Let me go through. There you go. David Alexander is the other one. I was trying to pull that off. So, if you're familiar with like indie pop male artists, you'll probably like that one.
Good choices from you. I don't really have anything this week because there hasn't really been. I've been listening to Life of a Showgirl on a consistent basis for the past week. So
Has
haven't
any
really.
of your top order on that changed around?
No, I'm still listening. Like the big four are kind of still the big four for me that
I
I'm
think so too.
enjoying
Yeah.
from the record. So
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
that
I don't
hasn't
really have
changed a
anything.
lot for me. The poll I was giving about folks this weekend of what they were listening to and what they were enjoying, The Fate of Ophelia has been the biggest track, it seems like, from that among my circle. There's some folks on the team that have been really into Olivia Dean, and a song by her called Man I Need, which is real good. Yeah, they're listening to a lot of Olivia Dean over here, I guess, which is funny.
There is actually one song that I do want to shout out just because I was watching SNL a couple weeks ago. Have you heard the new Doja Cat single that like samples the Knight Rider soundtrack?
If it's not Jealous Type, I may not have heard it. It's not the one that she did to open up the VMAs?
No, I think this is a little bit different. It's called
Stranger?
Amen. Amen, is that
Oh,
what it's
no, no,
called?
no. Yeah, yeah. I did a little bit of a dive on that album V, I think it's called. Uh, yeah. Yeah.
That
It's
one
fine.
that one is the only one that was like I watched her on SNL and I said, "Oh, hey, that's a pretty cool performance and that song is
Mhm.
actually kind of cool."
I do think with that album specifically, like she's a really good live performer. So I think
Yeah.
all of those songs get a little boost and a
Yeah.
little kick when she does it live that maybe they don't necessarily. My gripe about that album is maybe the same one I have with Life of a Showgirl, is that a lot of it kind of sounded the same. There's not very many standout tracks on there.
Hey, guess who the producer was for a lot of the songs on that record?
Jack
On Doja's.
Antonoff.
It was Jack Antonoff. Yeah.
Yeah, don't I know it? Yeah.
That MFer does
He's everywhere.
what does he not do?
He's literally
Every
everywhere. I
record.
think he was on the Sabrina record.
He
He's
produced a
everywhere.
Sabrina record. Yeah, yeah. He's working with Charlie XCX on the music for her upcoming
Oh, that
movie as
movie
well.
thing.
Just
Yeah.
just yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. He's booked and busy, Mr. Jack Antonoff. With
Crazy.
his beat boop synths. Yeah.
His beep poop sense.
We always say that, and he proves
Yeah.
us right every time.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Okay. Our next thing here. Oh, we can continue talking about music. We got the announcement that we all knew was coming. For me, at least, I figured it was coming, which is we're getting an Eras Tour documentary on Disney Plus coming out in December. I can't wait for this. I think this is going to be really, really cool. Um, it is like how do you remember how long was I think the um Miss Americana doc was only like 2 hours.
Yeah, it was fairly short.
It was like it was like
it was just a one shot thing. It wasn't
yeah.
episodes like this seems like it's gonna be.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm assuming these are going to be like 35, 40, 30, 45 minute episodes across the board. So like we're going to
I
get like
mean, God
four
only
plus
knows like
hours.
how much of this tour they were filming.
Yeah.
They probably have hundreds of hours
Mm-hmm.
of footage. I can't even begin to guess, because one of the episodes, I believe, is just the whole last show.
Yeah.
So I think it's maybe, I mean, shoot, that would push it to a
Yeah,
three
separate.
and a
That's
half
separate. We're gonna
hour
get six. We're gonna get
separate
six
thing.
episodes of the documentary, and then they're putting out the final show with the Tortured Poets department added
That'll
in
be
there
fun because we never
as like
saw that
yeah.
segment.
hmm
Yeah. Yeah.
Um.
I'm wondering what surprise songs we're gonna get. I gotta know.
Yeah. Yeah. um. I'm so fascinated to see like because we don't really get a lot of it in these with these artists is like especially for the Eras tour and how massive it is like everything that goes into even getting on the stage, right? And all the production that has to go in
Yeah, there's
and
so much that happens and so much in tech and so much in rehearsal and like
mm-hmm.
they've been showing kind of bits and pieces of it where it's especially when like the Tortured Poets set got added, they did some release and I forget exactly. It was the music video for
Yeah.
I Can Do It With a Broken Heart.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yes. Was snippets of tour rehearsal for this,
Yeah.
and I have to believe that they'll reuse some of that same footage and stuff, but that's always been fascinating to me is like how you take it from music concept to choreographing to staging to blocking and planning and all of
Yeah.
that and how all of it has to go off without a hitch to quote again like what she said on the New Heights podcast, it's essentially like doing all of this on top of a giant computer.
Yeah.
And that's the crazy part to me is just like everybody has to constantly be hitting their marks and be inch perfect all night.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just about the singing. And then you go ahead and add in all that stuff that's like
Right.
you have to sing and you have to play guitar and you have to play piano and you have to like but you also have to be here and here at these moments so the light hits you and it's crazy to me that anybody can do that. Anybody on planet Earth can do that and execute.
Mm-hmm.
It's part of the reason I'm fascinated by good live theater and live music and things like that is it just takes a whole different headspace to exist on that planet.
Yep. I hope there is like an episode if I'm the producer in my mind is it's not just focus on Taylor and most of it will be, but I think it would be cool if we got an entire episode where we get to see a show from the perspective of some of the band members, some of the dancers, and just like see what their lives are like on tour as well. Because first of all, like a lot of these folks, we don't even know their names for the most part. Like we know some of the bigger names, right? Jan and Cam and Paul Sadati, the guitarist, but some of the other folks, the backup dancers and some of the other members of the band, we don't really know. And I think it would be cool. And I've always been fascinated by documentaries that you watch, like how movies are made, where you get to see some of these below the line people and how they do their jobs and what how much they mean to a production. So I think that would be cool if we got some more inside information for some of these other folks and like what their life is like on a tour like this, because again, it's 3 hours every night. It's
Yeah, they have all the same demands and they're doing all this choreography and they're doing all this travel and at least like with other artists, sometimes the dancers and the band and the crew travel much less luxuriously than the
yeah,
artist does. It's like you have to be on a bus going across the country. It's like you have to sleep on a bus essentially.
yes,
Some of these crew members and while the main band gets flown around wherever, it's like you're really in it. You're really in it for the long haul and it does take a toll on you and you have to be real good every night. There's not really room to screw up. Otherwise somebody's going to see it.
right, right,
Crazy. That's crazy
yeah.
stuff. Yeah, I
So
hope
yeah,
we get
well,
all that. I do hope we get an explanation of why in the world they decided to put her in that cleaning cart to take her to the stage every night. Because whose idea? It was funny the first time because nobody
yeah,
had any idea what was happening. But
yeah.
from that point forward, did we really need to continue the cleaning cart act?
Mm-hmm.
That was not a mop, ladies and gentlemen. That was not a mop going to the stage.
I'm sure. Yeah, we'll get all that and more coming up in December. They're doing it,
Need
as
it.
far as I know, 2 parts each week for the last few weeks in December. So we'll get that. Get those Disney Plus subscriptions back on for all for those of you that canceled, including myself.
Capitalism.
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 Capitalism. All right, there we go. There's that. The last bit on our doc here is Jordan finally watches a movie, which is I feel like should be breaking news on our show. We should do like a special like breaking news sounder or intro every time you watch a movie because it's a very rare event that that you
Okay,
find
sue
time
me
and you're
for not
very
having AMC A-list, brother. Like, I'm on my own dime here, and therefore I leverage those free movies on an airplane.
yeah.
I really do. I gotta know what's going on. I'm using it to watch releases that I know about, but definitely did not see in movie theaters and
Mm-hmm.
super behind schedule. That's kind of my MO is like, I won't watch the newest thing to come out. I'm like, I want to see the thing that came out like last year, debatably, that like people were talking about because I recognize the title of that. So I had some flight time. I had 4-ish hours, I think, each way from here to LA. And I didn't spend all of it watching movies because like phone battery, that's
Mm-hmm.
rough. That's rough watching movies for 4 hours. We did have chargers on the plane, thank goodness. I never had to worry about it. But I started my out trip with Scream 6. Worth noting, I have at some point in my life seen 1 through 5.
Mm-hmm.
I saw 5 probably when it came out, and not since then have I revisited this franchise. So
Yeah.
I was worried I was going to be a little bit lost in there. I spent the first half hour of this film wrestling with my preconceived notions of the fact that Jenna Ortega never smiles in any of her roles in TV and movies. And that's purely because the last 2 things I saw her in was Wednesday season 2 and the second Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, she can't actually really act, and sometimes she's happy on screen. That's weird. So I was getting my head around that again. They do a good job of just quickly recapping what happened in the last movie, so you don't feel like you missed anything, but you also don't feel like they're beating you over the head with the exposition. It's like, remember this thing that happened? Remember this thing that you're like, yes, I know, I was there at some point. This is a really good one. I will say I was pleasantly surprised. I remember having seen Scream movies in the past that are not great. They're just very forgettable. And I think with like 1, 4-ish, and 6, they've really kind of tried to reinvent the rules a little bit on this, to some extent 5 as well. But this is one of the first times they've been like out of Woodsboro, like out of that whole, like they put this one in New York City,
Yeah.
and just having a different backdrop to it really worked, and just sort of gave a little fresh twist to it. That's like all of the rules that we established. It's the same horror movie rules, right? If you love a classic slasher, there's rules, and they really kind of take them and do their best to just chuck them out, or at least make you think that they've chucked them out. So like no one's safe, and like even the main characters, the baddies all make it in this film, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get that straight. You're good. If you're worried about that, you're good. And there was one particular sequence in they set it in the subway, which really works from like just a general setting, like being kind of creepy. It's like, so they set it around Halloween, and so there's people on the subway in costume, and justifiably there's people on the subway in Ghostface costumes, and it is super creepy from just a general standpoint, right? Like it's the subway, you're a little claustrophobic, there's tons of people you don't know, and then you add in the masks and the costumes and like an undisclosed identity, and it starts to get a little creepy. And then one of them might actually be the killer, and that's really creepy. And then you just keep adding elements to it, where like that sequence, I think in particular, really stood out as a good one. And the ending is pretty good. And I don't know if they're making a 7th one. I think for a while there was a rumor
They
that they were
are.
gonna,
Yes,
but a
they
bunch
are.
of the cast like didn't want to do.
They're bringing people back, man. They're bringing they're bringing Shaggy back, who's dead.
Shaggy.
Spoiler alert. He died in the first movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Stu.
Stu.
Stu
Yes,
Macher. That's
yeah,
his character's name.
he's coming
What is his
back.
name? I should know this.
Matthew Lillard.
There you go. Yep,
There
Matthew
you go.
Lillard.
Yeah. Took him a second. I got there. I had to that
They
was
did have
in case you're wondering, that's how my brain process works. I couldn't remember this, so I had to walk through. I went, "Oh, Shaggy. Oh yeah, Shaggy. What was his character's name in the other? Oh, Stu. Stu. Yes." And then that's how and then I got to
Yep.
there we go.
They had,
I was worried. I was
Courtney
worried that
Cox.
my
They had
brain
Courtney
cell
Cox
wouldn't
in
be
this one.
working today.
You're good.
And it is.
You're so good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Because I got home yesterday after the drive back. It was 4.5 hours. I spent the last hour and a half listening to Tate McRae and Lady Gaga, and I got me through. And then I had the greatest burrito I've ever had in my life. And then I crashed for 4 hours straight.
I was amped when I got that text from you yesterday at 5:15. I found it. You said, "We are on the Tate McRae portion of the drive home playlist. LOL." I'm gonna read this without typos.
Yeah, yeah.
Or I'm gonna read this just as it came in. It said, "LOL. Already played Tip or Tap. Very very good try. And Just Keep Watching. No punctuation. Now we're on This Possessive Not Wearing Booty Shorts." And I figured it out. I decoded it, but I just sent you back. And it said sent with Siri. So I said, "Siri, tell him that was sent with a Tate sticker." I don't know if she read it to you, but I was.
No,
I was
she
hoping
didn't
she
because
did.
you know this. I don't have CarPlay in my
that's
G-Dang
true.
car.
That's true. You don't. Yeah.
We dealt with this on the drive to San Diego last time. I don't know how to get it to freaking work, and it annoys the shit out of me every time. Dude, I am plugged in. You're plugged in with the right cables, and you won't work. And I know it's worked previously.
I know. Maybe we have to use a different cable though, because yours was one of those unauthorized cables. I'm not saying it doesn't work to charge it. I'm just saying sometimes it doesn't recognize it.
Bought that shit off just a guy at 7th Avenue in Van Buren.
Just the guy in the parking lot. Hey pal, you want to buy a charging cable? And he opens a trench coat and it's just full of charging cables. Yeah. All right. Anyway, yeah, they had Courtney Cox in this one, but they didn't have Nev Campbell, and they killed off what's his name? The guy that played Dewey in the 5th one.
Yeah. I was bummed about that.
So some of the
I liked
original
him.
cast has been killed off.
Oh, David Arquette. Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Did I recap when I watched The Descent? I think I did.
No,
I don't
I
know,
don't
briefly,
think we
in
did.
case I
No,
didn't.
because we
In
ran out of
case I
time
didn't.
last week.
Oh, true. This one is crazy. If you've ever thought about going in a cave for any reason, don't. After you've seen this movie. I gave it 4 stars. I've been throwing out 4 stars like candy lately on my Letterboxd reviews. I'm like, here, 4. Just because objectively, I watched some things that were not 4s this year. And now I'm debating going back and adding a 1/2 star to Madam Web. That's how bad of a run I was on for a second. So I threw out some 4s. The Descent was a 4. Scream 6 was a 4. And then I watched Novocaine with Jack Quaid on the plane on the way back. I watched a bit of Smile 2, which I've already seen on the way out, just to get me through until the plane landed. I didn't finish it, but I've seen it before, so whatever. I remember liking that one the first time I watched it too. I liked it more than the first Smile, because I think the ending on the first one just totally threw me for a loop.
Yeah.
Then Novocaine was really good. I enjoyed it. It's not a movie to be taken very seriously. It belongs in the same vein as The Fall Guy or The Hitman with Glenn Powell. Spiritually they're related.
Yeah.
If you're just out there to have fun, have a fun movie experience, especially as a plane movie, I think it does get elevated a little bit because it's the perfect plane movie, because you don't have to pay elite attention to it. You can be distracted when they come around to ask you for drinks and if you want a little cookie thing, and you're not going to really miss anything important. But as far as an action movie goes, perfectly fine. Jack Quaid is good in it. I didn't know he had that kind of acting in him, but he fits that part really well. Where you're like, yeah, I could see this dude just absolutely getting beat up for like 2.5 hours, and it makes sense. And Ray Nicholson was in it, which again, jump scare, because I have seen Ray Nicholson in like 3 movies this year that I did not expect him to be in,
Yeah.
which is literally Smile 2, and Borderline, and this movie. And he just
Yes.
keeps showing up. It's like Jack Antonoff. It's Ray
Yeah.
Nicholson. I'm like, he's here again. He just has such a recognizable face, obviously, but
Yes.
he was really good in that as well. The cast was pretty good. It had Jacob Batalon, the guy who plays Ned in the
Mm-hmm.
most recent Spider-Man movies. He was sort of like the what is it? Like not like Batwing, like kind of like
Sidekick.
Alfred, like Batwoman,
Yeah.
like Oracle to Jack
Mm-hmm.
Quaid's character the whole time, where it's just like we don't really see him until the end, but he's just this like voice on the phone that's trying to help him through this thing. But that was a fun movie. I don't regret any of my plain movie choices. I don't feel like I wasted time on anything.
Mm-hmm.
I did have a little bit of extra dead time, but that was okay because I just got to listen to music. And per your recommendation, like I think we talked about it last week on our Showgirl episode. I just was downloaded and was on the Long Pond Studio sessions a bunch.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that may be what pushes Taylor forward into remaining my number one artist this year, even though Showgirl isn't going to be my number one album.
Yeah.
I think she's well outclassed by Lady Gaga and Tate McRae and 21
Mm-hmm.
Pilots in that regard. Based on my stats, I don't think that's going to have enough time to catch up. But she might still keep her crown as my number one artist. We'll
Yep.
see.
Yep. Well, you share it with your dad, and we know your dad was listening to Pilots for a bit there. To get
He
ready for the
was.
show. So
I think we've had to take a break from that because I just came back to it like this week after taking a little break because I studied it so hard that it started to, like when you look at a word, you write down a word too many times and it starts to look not real.
yeah.
Yeah, it was like kind of the same thing with this album. It started to just be not real music and just like background noise. And I was like, I need to step away from this for a second. Just come back to it with fresh ears and
Mm-hmm.
remember how good it sounds. They've been using Tally in a bunch of the promo stuff they used it for the ALCS,
Mm-hmm.
and they used it in an NFL promo, I think, earlier this season. It's been getting traction. I don't know if
Mm-hmm.
Tyler knows that or if he likes it.
Right.
I'm sure Josh isn't watching the sports like that, but
Yeah. Yeah.
if it makes it to an Ohio State game, then they'll both know about it.
Yes. Then they absolutely will know. I watched Novocaine as well. I watched it a couple months ago, like around the time it first hit the streaming services. I
Mhm.
gave it 3 stars because I wasn't exactly what I expected. I thought it was going to be funnier based on like all the trailers and stuff. I thought it was going to be a little bit sillier and ended up being a little bit more serious than I thought and a little bit more like gorier than I thought.
It
And
was, yeah. The
like
third act kind of like threw me for a loop. I'm like, okay, we could have cut this short by about 10 or 15
yeah,
minutes.
so I gave it 3 stars because I think it just wasn't quite what I expected. But my review at the time was this, and let's see if you can catch on to what I'm picking up and putting down here.
Hmm.
I called it an all-time crash out movie, and I said it is still only the second best crash out I've seen this week.
Second best crash out you've seen this week.
This was back in May.
Oh, was that when we were watching the Branzino crash out for half?
Yes, yes,
That's the all-time crash out.
yes.
We had Branzino at our hotel. I texted in
You did.
our Little Debbie's group chat. I had to revive it because I was like, you guys need to know about this information. And we had Branzino at our team dinner at our hotel. I was like, there's no way. This is the most LA thing I've ever seen. And you could see my hand in the reflection of
Yeah.
the serving bowl, like trying to take a sneaky picture about it because I didn't want anybody to ask me like, why are you taking a picture of the fish? I'm like, you would not understand. But if you're
You should
planning
have
on,
taken advantage of that and just pulled out your phone, watched this, and then
I
you
should
extend the
have-
Hacks
I should have
fandom.
educated the masses. But I do feel like that's giving some of it away, though. Right? Like, we're not giving away that she gets late night and she's the head
Oh
writer and
yeah,
like, that's kind of a critical plot point.
yeah, true.
But I don't know. Maybe it only becomes critical because we know the rest of the story. Maybe somebody
Yeah,
who's watching that for the
out of
first time would be
context.
like, "Wow,
Yeah,
this lady's crazy. This lady with the
yeah.
bob is crazy."
This lady with the bob is crazy.
I was gonna ask the kitchen staff, like, "Hey, if you're just gonna throw this out at the end of the night, can I have a piece to throw against the wall? Because I just need to feel something." I did not ask them.
And you didn't try the Branzino? I didn't even know.
I did.
You
It
know.
was delicious. I
Oh,
had
you
two
did
pieces of
try it?
Branzino. Yes, it was
Ah,
delicious. It was really really good.
nice.
One of the finer meals we've been served as part of a like large team catering, because usually it's all variations of the same thing. It's like,
Yeah,
here's some chicken, here's some steak, here's some vegetables and potatoes
yeah,
and
yeah.
salad, right? It's like,
Mm-hmm.
make your own buffet style. I have very confidently never been served pan-seared branzino before. There you go. I love
First
LA.
time. First time for everything. First time for everything. All right. I will quickly move through some of the movies I watched this week.
Please.
Actually, last 2 weeks because I really I've been on I've been on a kick. I have
After one
watched this.
battle, I don't really have anything new from you, so
Yeah,
you've been on a
exactly. I
heater.
have watched this month 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 movies in the span of 2 weeks.
Wow. I got 4.
Yeah, I'm not. Oh, that's pretty dang good. You caught up with me almost. I mean, that's.
Oh man.
Oh, 4 is like pretty damn excellent for you. Actually, I'm pretty proud of you.
That's just because I had some
It's
time to
plain
do
time.
nothing on my hands.
Plain,
Yeah.
plain time. I'm not gonna roll through everything. It's spooky season, so I'll just go through some of the like horror movies I watched this month, which I really enjoyed. Um, and I will tell you to the people to watch. Um, so, Japan. I've been on a Japanese kick lately. Like,
Mm-hmm.
there's so much Japanese cinema, and I put this in my review for this movie. Japanese cinema from the mid-century, the 50s and 60s, particularly, is just like anytime I put on one of those movies, I enjoy it. Doesn't matter what it is. Direct mostly Kurosawa movies, but this movie was directed by let me bring up. I want to make sure I get his name correctly. Kobayashi, Masaki Kobayashi was another legendary Japanese director at the time. And this movie is called Kwaidan. Came out in 1964, and it is a collection. It's 3 hours long, but don't let that bother you
I'm immediately bothered. Just kidding. Keep going.
because it is cut up into four. It's like an anthology movie, so it's four
Okay.
separate stories in one 3 hour movie, and they're all based on like Japanese ghost stories and like folk tales.
Cool.
And um and the cool thing about it is that for the most part there isn't a whole heck of a lot of dialogue in the movie. It's mostly a movie that is like visually incredible, and the music is great and the atmosphere is incredible, and it is just a movie that I think everybody should see at least once, because it's like you watch a movie like that and you go, that's cinema. That's why you go to the movies. That's why we watch cinema. And it's spooky, some ghost stories, some cool twists and turns in the movie as well. In color it's in color in 1964 as well. So it's on HBO Max and the Criterion Collection. Watch it, check it out. It's really cool. Give it
Nice.
4.5 stars.
I'm in there looking on your Letterboxd right
Yeah.
now to
So
find it.
that's my main recommendation for everybody. I would also recommend movie from 1977 called Suspiria. I had this movie recommended to me by somebody, and this is a movie out of Italy, I believe. Originally, it was an Italian production, and it's another movie that's similar to Quaidon, where like Suspiria, the story really didn't hook me at all. It's very simply, it is about a convent of witches, and shenanigans happen. Uh,
Rock
but
on.
like again, it's a movie that is like here, I'll read my review. This movie is just impeccably designed from a visual standpoint. Story is kind of non-existent, but never boring as a piece of visual art. Very, very eerie 90 minutes. Like it is just a beautiful movie to watch. And I always appreciate that about good cinema. That is like that. So, yeah. So those are my 2 recommendations for this month. I watched Tron Ares. Bad. Rewatched
Jared
Inception.
Leto, bad.
Yeah. Rewatched Inception last night. Incredible. Terrific. Cabin in the Woods. Have you seen Cabin in the Woods?
Mm-hmm.
What a weird movie that is, man.
Yeah,
There was a clown in there.
I don't even know how to categorize that one.
There was a clown at the end I didn't like.
Colorophobia.
I saw Roofman, the one with Channing Tatum.
Channing Tatum. Yeah.
Yeah. Too much Channing Tatum ass in this movie. 2.5 stars.
3 stars.
Yeah, there we go. There's a couple other movies I watched, but
I heard that one's fun at least. Roofman.
Roofman, it's fine.
I'm not expecting cinema from
Yeah.
Roofman.
It's fine.
Let's be fair. All right.
There you go. Anything else before we say goodbye? We have Coda
No.
this weekend.
Oh my god, we do. It's race week again. I can't do this.
Hey,
I'm stressed out already.
You know what's great though? I don't have to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning to watch the race.
That is valid. Yeah.
However, I say that, and I'm still going to be up at 6 o'clock in the morning. Do you know why?
What's this weekend? 17th to 18th. NASCAR? IndyCar?
No.
NASCAR wouldn't be on in the morning.
NASCAR's no.
Yeah, I have no idea. Why are you up at 6
The
in the
Rams are playing in the Rams are playing
Oh.
in London, I think, this week against Jacksonville. So I will be up at 6 a.m. to watch that game. And then Liverpool plays at 8:30 as well here in Arizona. So
Ugh,
yeah,
they're killing
so
me lately.
So it's going to be a busy Sunday.
Yeah.
The Drive for 5 is on.
Busy Sunday. There's football, there's F1, there's the Rams game, there's me agonizing over my fantasy football team. There's literally everything. It's just sports on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you'll find us.
Correct.
I might actually watch some of those movies you suggested because I'm with you about I need to be on the spooky season right now.
Yeah. I have a couple others on my list too that I'm meaning to track down, meaning to watch as well. But I'll get around to that eventually. All right, that's it. We're done. Follow us on the internets, everybody. You can see it right there at OHOBC Pod on the Instagram and the Twitter and the TikTok and the YouTubes. And then Jordan and I will be back next week with your Coda review and some other shenanigans. And I'll probably have 10 more movies to talk about.
Please no.
There's some good movies coming out, actually, coming down the pike here.
This is just the A-list recap show.
Yeah, that's so true. AMC, this is your ad for A-list. Oh, I actually got popcorn. Breaking news.
Oh, you did, yeah. Wait, hold on. I'll put it on the doc for next week. We're supporting Nicole Kidman's bangs in the divorce.
Because I sent you I'm pretty sure I sent you the picture. I think.
Did. Yeah, because I
did.
put a Tate sticker on it. Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Breaking news. All right, tune in next week for more on that, everybody. I'll review the AMC popcorn. All right, for Jordan, I have been Richie. Goodbye.